And because we already talked so much, now it's your space to express whatever you want to express, but no talking. You can dance, you can do some exercise, you can sing whatever, but just don't talk. It's your stage now.
I hope you're all back home having a good and safe trip from INOC to wherever you went. And as we promised, we like to give you a very brief impulse about the second track, about our intercultural OD approaches. And what we like to offer you is to do 2 reflections. As we already stated, it's also in LinkedIn, so if you want to connect with other people, please join the LinkedIn group and post your comments there, so we have a good chance to bring this together and foster our dialogue. So the first part of the reflection is about what do I take away to apply to my work or to my own interventions. And we like to discuss that with you, having the image of like 2 or 3 islands. So people are grouping a little bit about one of the topics that catches you the most. The first topic could be competencies for OD in intercultural context. So what kind of competencies you should develop or like even strengthen a little bit more if you want to work interculturally. For example, the emphasis on different values or the emphasis on different styles of hierarchy or maybe in a different way of communication. So that would be the first island. The second island we would like to offer to think about is increased awareness about some aspect of the different culture. So what should I keep in mind, or what do I like to be aware of if I work in an intercultural context? So based on this, it's more like the question, what did you experience in the OD tree or in Steve's intervention about what do we have in common and how are we different? And as this is a self-organized format, we like to ask you to build a third island. So bring up whatever you want to bring up and think that's pretty relevant to your takeaways. So major question again, what do I take away to apply to my work or my interventions? And I hope you listen a little bit or you get aware a little bit of the music in the background. That's a symbol for some kind of flow. So for the second intervention, which should be not directly combined with the first one, give yourself some time to do this. I like to bring in a flow and bring in this little bit more Brazilian rhythm, and maybe this can help us to get aware of a very, very different culture and to understand a bit more about how this is different. I like to remind you of the OD tree and of the roots of OD in Steve's intervention, like how are we different and how we are the same. And I like to offer you to use that question to think how is the German or are the German and the UK OD traditions and OD practices the same, and what is different? And because we are in a systemic field, I like to post the following question. What would I tell a friend or colleague to keep in mind when working with UK or German colleagues? So what is it you think that's pretty relevant to tell your colleagues or your friends if they have to work with German or UK colleagues? And especially, how are the approaches the same and how are they different? So give them some helpful insight how to deal with the different culture, how to identify how you're the same and how you're different, and maybe all the Brazilian moves and these rhythms help you a bit to see this as a very different culture to Latin America. So you can keep on focusing also how we are the same, because we are all facing the Brexit topic. So I would like to strengthen a little bit the connection and the understanding between the two of our cultures. I hope you like that intervention. I hope you can use it in a good way. If you need some more assistance, please ask or post your questions in the LinkedIn group. The link is in the video, in the comment field, or you just write and comment under the video so that we realize this. Thank you so much for being part of INOC. I hope you join the movement also the next time, and keep on track. Bye bye. Greetings from Heidelberg.